Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, love. Welcome to the show. Today, I want to talk about one of my absolute favorite topics, which is building a life by design. For a very long time, when I was much younger, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know in what capacity. So I spent a lot more time than I want to admit trying to figure out what I was supposed to do in my life. I had no clue that there was this thing called your soul's purpose. I had never been introduced to human design, which I am now a certified human design mentor. So these things changed my entire life. And I want to share a little bit about things you can do today to live your life by design. Now, the first thing that I want you to realize is in order to live a life that is soul fulfilling and feels really good to you, you have to listen to your intuition. And a lot of times we want to listen to our ego, things that keep us, sure, happy some of the time, but disappoint us a lot of time. Things that keep us attached to labels and identity and things that are not necessarily us. This soul inside of this human flesh. So in order to uncover your soul's purpose and really get clear about what you're supposed to do with your life and how to find that balance and that harmony and that stability and safety and security, we have to tap into this intuition. Our intuition is our North Star. It is always guiding us. It is telling us every single time something feels right or wrong. Think of a time that you were going to go on a date with somebody and you guys were texting and immediately something happened in the text thread or on a phone call. You had a knee-jerk reaction that was like red flag, abort mission. That's your intuition. That is literally your intuition guiding you. But your ego is like, oh, well, they're attractive, they're smart, they have all the credentials I'm looking for, so I'm just going to ignore this one red flag. And then there's another and another and another, and your intuition's just like blowing up over here. It's just like, alert, alert, alert. Like, why aren't you listening to me? So in order to get to your soul's purpose, to find clarity, whether that is in the person that you want to date, whether that's in your business, whether that is in your entire life, whether that is in your financial security or your stability or your health or anything in your life, you really have to lean into your intuition. And a lot of times it's not logical, which makes it really hard for us to trust it, because when something doesn't actually indicate how it's going to work out, we don't feel safe doing it. But our North Star is never going to lead us astray. It's always going to guide us exactly where we're meant to go. So the first thing I want you to do is tap into your intuition and listen to what it's telling you. The second thing is to detach from your ego. Our egos can be really wonderful things. Egos are not all bad. The ego becomes bad when you allow it to control you, to make decisions that don't feel in harmony. We all have feelings and emotions. And when something feels in alignment with us, we either move toward it or away from it. We can either talk ourselves into something or we can talk ourselves out of something, because our ego likes to control the narrative. So what I want you to do is try to detach yourself from the ego and see yourself as this soul in this human flesh that is here to live its soul's purpose, its soul's contract. We all came into this world with a contract, and we are all here to serve and fulfill that contract in one way or another. So all you have to do is just listen to your body. When things feel good to you, go into that direction. When they don't, move away from it. It really is that simple. But we overcomplicate everything because we want to try to control the outcome. And unfortunately, what happens is when we try to control an outcome, we are forcing a result. And when you force something, it will eventually break because it is not foundational. There is no stability there. You can't force something. You try to force two things together for too long and they're going to break. You want to be like a magnet and attract things to you, not repel things. Think about if somebody was chasing you, you would naturally run away. Well, that's what force feels like. It's like you are repelling the things because you are chasing so hard. There's this desperate energy and it's low frequency. So when you are forcing things, it is never going to work out. So try to disassociate from that ego. The more you start to make choices that are in alignment with you, you are going to feel so good. The next thing is, I want you to really do the things that your self-talk is telling you. Like, I want to try this new food. I want to wear this outfit. I want to go on this trip. I want to go out on that date. I want you to lean into the things that your body is actually trying to push you to do, but you feel a little scared, apprehensive, a little fear. I want you to allow these limiting beliefs to not control you. And how we do that is, first of all, we embody the person that our soul and our intuition want us to be. So if our soul is saying to do something and we lean into that, we start to embody the characteristics of that higher version of ourselves. So the more you make choices that are in alignment with your soul and you embody that person, that soul, that higher version of you, the more you start to attract things to you, the more you start to manifest on a quantum level, and the more you start to rewrite subconscious programming that has been unfortunately inherently stored in you since childhood. And we can consciously work through these limiting beliefs as well. We can actually go through and rewrite all of these through self-talk, through grounding, anchoring in to that body, to really doing somatic work, to rewriting these narratives, rewriting our story. You can do all of that. But you can also, in this moment, choose to, instead of operating from fear, operate from trust and lean into the thing that your body is telling you to do. Your body is not telling you to do something out of nowhere. We don't get these downloads, these internal pings, and these feelings that we're supposed to do something that's bad for us. That is your body's way of communicating to you what you should do. So the more you lean into that and you take these opportunities, even if they scare you, even if it terrifies the heck out of you, the more you do that, the more you expand your body's safety, the more you actually heal that nervous system. When I first moved to LA, like 100 years ago, it's been like 25 or 6 years now, but I remember I was really young and someone told me the best advice anyone has ever said to me. And they said, put yourself in as many uncomfortable situations as possible because that's how you become comfortable with everything. At the time, I thought that was pretty sound advice and it totally registered with me. But as I've started really stepping into nervous system regulation, somatic healing, and subconscious rewiring, I've learned that that was actually more sound advice than they even realized, because the more that we challenge our thoughts, the more that we challenge these emotions, and the more that we actually do what feels right, the stronger we build this internal safety, these neural pathways, the healthier we are. Just because skydiving feels scary, or flying feels scary, or speaking publicly feels scary, or being seen feels scary, showing up on social media, or going on a first date, or starting something new, or having kids, or saying I love you, or quitting something. Just because these things may make you feel a little scared doesn't mean they're bad. If your body, your intuition is saying, do this, that is basically its way of letting you know the universe has your back. This is something you're meant to do and it's all going to work out. But you have to trust. You have to open up that trust capacity. right now with me in this moment, I want you to open up your chest and I want you to breathe. Just take a deep breath. You could take a deep breath, a shallow breath, whatever feels natural. But I want you to just breathe. So hold it for a few seconds and release it. Every time you have a thought that challenges you, a thought that feels like something you are meant to do, but you're afraid, I want you to take these breaths and I want you to regulate your nervous system and I want you to step into your power and say, yes, I'm going to do that. And then I want you to make choices after you have stepped into that decision that your highest self would. Once you have made the choice to step into that role and embody that new version of you, I want you to continue to make choices that are in alignment with that version of you. If that means setting boundaries, if that means letting friends go, if that means quitting your job, starting a new job, adding something to your business model, changing something in your relationship, having more kids, not having kids, moving, not moving, redecorating your house, lose weight, eat something new, try something new, go on a trip. Whatever that says, whatever that intuitional ping says, lean into that. To build a life by design, it starts with you listening to you. Nobody can tell you how to live your best life. Only you know what's right for you. And it's not the ego driving the show. It's the soul contract. It's the character inside of you, this little soul right here that is leading this beautiful story that you get to create, this imprint on this earth. That is your North Star. And every time you make a decision that's in alignment with that, you start to open up that vessel to receive. You start to get more intuitional downloads. You start to live in alignment. You start to embody that person who is living in alignment. You start to operate at a high frequency. You start to attract things to you. And that is how you create a life by design. But it does take courageous and fearless individuals to step into the power that they already harness internally that they don't even know that they have, because they're letting their ego keep them right here in their comfort zone. And we want to step out here. We want to get to that real world, that tangible world. We want to touch it all. And I want to show you how to do that. If you're interested in building a life by design in the 8 most important areas of your life so that you can build a foundation that is stable, a life of security, a career that you love, finding your actual life's purpose, finding your dream partner or working through a relationship, having kids or not having kids, whatever your life looks like. If you want to build that dream life that you have wished for probably your entire life, I'd love for you to contact me at the link below and join my life design coaching program. It is truly transformative. It is honestly the best thing you can do to start to live life on your terms, by your human design, by your soul's imprint, by your unique wealth frequency and your unique blueprint in this world. Because we all have our own unique blueprint. We're not all on this linear path together. We're not all meant to do the same thing. We came here individually and we are meant to achieve different things on our own timeline. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, I would absolutely love to help you. But either way, start making choices that are in alignment with yourself, that feel good to you. Breathe through those decisions, challenge your fears, step into that empowerment, embody your highest self, and live your dream life. You get one shot at life, one shot to live your most authentic life. Don't let anyone, including your ego, take that away from you. I love you so very much, and I am sending you off with the highest vibes and really good things. You're amazing, and everything is possible for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.